Well, welcome back to the channel, Ron. Today I'm going to be working on a benchtop power supply, and I've had a problem with this about 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm guessing it's the same thing. There's a diode in here that has shorted out, and we're going to go ahead and replace that. I had ordered a package of them quite a while ago, so I've actually got some extras. So what's happening is if I plug this in, it's going to show me that I am getting power when I turn the power supply on, and actually it's not getting power. Now it seems kind of strange to say that, but when you turn the switch on, all that's doing is turning on the high voltage to the transformer and the rest of the circuit, and that's all that is doing, is just telling you that it's on. The AC part of it is on, but in fact the DC side of this is not working. So we're going to go ahead and unplug this. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to show you exactly what's wrong with this particular model, because I've had this problem once before. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open this up. So make sure it is unplugged, and I've already done that. And we're going to remove the screws. There's 3 of them on either side. Okay, so on this particular model here, again, I was talking about what the LED, the light on the switch does. All that's doing is it's turning on the high voltage. That's all that does. So when the power supply says it's on, you're not getting any voltage. That's a false indication that the power supply is working, because all it's doing is it's switching the AC side. Okay, so one of the things we can test real quick is we can go ahead and check the rectifier. And all we're doing is we're looking for a short. So just take your multimeter and put it on audio, turn it on, and you're looking for a short. So one thing you can do is on the rectifier, and again, if I might be going a little bit more into what you want to know, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the rectifier, and I'm just going to see if I have a short. And let's see. Okay, that's okay, but if it was shorted, I'd be getting a connection like this on all of them. The one I'm looking for is down here. Okay, there's a diode down here, and that is right here. So if I go test that, I'm getting a short. Now I still could be getting a false reading because it's in the circuit. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove this circuit panel. Alright, so look at that. And this diode right here. And the only reason why I'm going to this first is because, like I said earlier, is 2 or 3 years ago I had lost that diode, and so I'm kind of guessing that that's the problem again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my iron, and we're going to heat one side of that just to make sure. We don't need to remove it until we're actually sure that it's bad. So I'm just going to remove one side of that. Okay. So now that diode is out of the circuit. So now we can actually get an actual test on it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to test it. Alright, and it is shorted. Okay, we'll go turn it around the other side. If that diode was good, then we would get a reading in one direction but not the other, and I'll show that on another diode. Okay, so that is the problem of this power supply. So let's go ahead and remove that and get the new one in. Make sure that you pay attention to the direction of the diode. I mean, it's clearly marked which direction it needs to go in, but make sure that you get it in the right direction. So let's go ahead and remove that. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to clean the solder joints up a little bit. So we're going to take this solder sipper and I'm going to suck away the old solder. So all you do is just heat that up. You see it kind of clears the hole. Same thing with that one. So now you can see we've got 2 clean holes to put the new diode in. Alright, so then you take your new diode and you match up the numbers, make sure that you got the right one. And I got these off from Amazon several years ago, so I just bought a package of them because I have a couple of other power supplies, and this is a common problem for them. So just match up these numbers and get rid of that one, and let's put the new one in. So just kind of twist it like that and bend it down like that, and we need to feed that in. Just like that. Not a very good quality camera, I can see that right now, but that's okay. Alright, so once you've got the new diode in, just go ahead and resolder it in. And go ahead and cut the extra lead off. Just like that. And okay, so one of the things I forgot to show you is on the new diode, what you want to do is when you're testing it for a shorted one, you want it on continuity. For testing the diode itself, you want it on the diode setting. And I apologize for the camera just not working all that well. So all you do is you place the diode on each of your probes here and you test it. If you get a reading in one direction, generally that diode is good. But turn it around and you should not get a reading, and I'm not there. So that is a good diode, and it should be because it's brand new. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the power supply back together. There we go. Now if you feel comfortable doing this, you can go ahead and you can plug it in and you can check your voltage. All right, I feel comfortable doing this. If you don't, then go ahead and put the cover back on. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug this in. Go ahead and turn it on, and we do have the light that is on, which indicates us that it is getting the high voltage. Alright, then go ahead and get your multimeter, and you want to put it on DC, and the setting here is going to be 20 volts because 2 volts is going to be too low, so we're going to put it on 20 volts and we should get a reading. So let's go ahead and put it on there, and there we go, 13.7 volts. Alright, so we're in good shape, so we have voltage now. So go ahead and turn it off, unplug it, and let's put the cover back on. And then anytime you're putting the screws back on the stuff, you just want to get them started first. And then once you get them all on one side, then you can go ahead and tighten them down. Okay, let's go ahead, plug her back in, turn it on, test it one more time. And there we go. That's simple. Okay, there it is. Not a whole lot to it. Again, I kind of knew what was wrong with this because this had happened to me once before. This is the same power supply that I use on my elevator doors, so I'm always overloading this. So it's not a big deal to replace. When I first found this, it wasn't hard to find because I was just looking for anything that was shorted out. Generally, you're looking for a diode or possibly a voltage regulator or something like that is gone. And we'll get into some of that stuff later on. This is my new set that I plan on working with. I had not planned on using this set, but there's some electronic things I'd like to do, and I generally do them on this set right here. So you're going to start to see some more of my projects done with this set once I kind of clean it up a little bit and add some more lights to it. I apologize for the video that I used. The camera that I used on this shot is a little blurry. That's kind of all I had just to kind of put this together. So I look forward to doing some more projects like this, and hope this helps you with your power supply, and we'll see you on the next one.